Surrealism and modern art. What is surrealism? Well, we have to go to the roots of the word, to the stem. French, sur, above. Realism, realism. Above realism, beyond realism. Something that defies the rules of moral, reason, religion, law. Who did André Breton, the poet we have here in this picture, was inspired from Freud, among other writers. Remember about what I said about the unconsciousness? This world of irrational thoughts and feelings that flourish from time to time, appear in our dreams, and sometimes also during our day. Well, Breton and his comrades, Paul Eluard, the same Claire Tristan Tzara, who switched from Dadaism to Surrealism, and many other, Philippe Soupault. There was a number of splendid writers in the 1920s, decided to publish the Surrealist Manifesto in Paris in 1924, in which they declared that a new form of art should take over. That enough with realism, that there should be a more integrated form of avant-garde movement called surrealism that would be expressed through poetry, painting, sculpture, even film. The films by Buñuel, for example, or the paintings by Dalí. We're going to see about all that. His great comrade of arms was Paul Eluard, a young poet who is considered probably to be the best surrealist poet, mostly poetry about love and existence, together with André Breton, carried out this important school of literature mainly, but also art. Breton and Eluard basically proposed that art shouldn't serve anything except the free flow of the spirit. Art shouldn't be concerned with beauty. Art shouldn't be concerned with what is wrong or right. Art shouldn't be concerned about what is true or false. More importantly, art should be concerned with art. Whatever helps to question our framework of ideas, whatever helps to question the existing social and political order, that was going to be poetic in itself. And obviously, there were some great artists among the surrealists. Probably the most famous one, Salvador Dalí, a Spanish writer, painter, sculptor, and he was also very involved in filming with his friend Buñuel. Dalí created a very particular language. He was by affiliation, by spirit, a surrealist, but he was mostly himself. A self-portrait of his made of different objects in a room. His view of time. Who had represented time in this form before? Probably nobody. A clock that is getting deformed, things that are falling. There's a sense of slow motion that has to do with a different perception of time. Now remember what we said about time being faster at the beginning of the century with automobiles and airplanes. Well, times could also be slower, depending on your point of view. The idea was to question our notions of time and space once and again. A famous sculpture of an elephant with very long legs that probably inspired some of the machines of Star Wars. Another important surrealist painter, René Magritte. This painting is now in the Museum of Modern Art in New York. It's called The False Mirror. Who is looking at who? Are we looking at the eye, or the eye is looking at us? And what is behind the eye or inside the eye? Sky. Is this rational? Do we have eyes like this? Hard to believe. We have to go to a different reality, a super reality, a supra-reality, a reality above our mediocre, limited reality of everyday life. We have to go to a surreality in order to be able to understand the complexity, the wholeness of the human experience and the human spirit. After Surrealism in the 30s, 40s, when it was already a well-established movement, other trends started to appear, like abstract expressionism, represented by American great painter Jackson Pollock. And not too long after, Andy Warhol, an iconic figure of modern art, who started to propose that art shouldn't be just about sublime things or its exclusive creation of the original artist. Art could also be based in daily life figures, like the famous cans of Campbell's soup, now in the Museum of Modern Art in New York. Andy Warhol paid attention to the mass media, to industrial production, to repetition. Many reasons are behind this move from the individual kind of autistic production of the surrealist, where everything was represented from their imagination or their unconsciousness, into a form of art that has to do more with objects that belong to the reality of every single day, but not in a realistic way, but in a kind of repetitive. No? The reproduction is as important as the original. That's the idea, in part, behind Warhol's portrait of also the well-known iconic figure of Marilyn Monroe. Instead of depicting her in one single portrait, he decided to create four structure painting in which there is a slight change of color in each one. The object itself is resonant of massive reproduction of icons in modern society where publicity, propaganda in general have an important place. So art in the 20th century is very complex. I have obviously just named a very few number of representatives both in literature, in painting or sculpture, but this gives us an idea that there is an evolution and that each period is challenged by the following one, which is not unusual. After modern or avant-garde art comes the post-modern art, of which we're going to talk in a few minutes.